Welcome, lords and ladies, to Manor Lords. Let's have a dive into what I have been doing on this. So, just a heads up, this is going to be just a quick review of what I have done so far. It's not going to be the city or the town or the village or the settlement that I'm going to be using as a jump off point, I guess, for a new series. I'm going to start that one from scratch in the near future. The reason I didn't do that from day one is because this is an EA game. And not EA game as in Electronic Arts, no. This is a early access game. Which means there's bugs, and I had to first find out whether the bugs that there are interfere with the style of play that I do, and they did. They unfortunately did. Seamless cut into where we are now. Welcome to my manor. Well, not my manor, but my land. This is that. It's a large town currently, which is wonderful because I have built a large town. It is quite literally large, as I've used almost all the space available within the first starting block. I have a couple of settlements here. I've actually taken over the whole map, but I've only built in several of them. Over here we've got one of the big towns. It's not a large town. I think it's a large village. Here, same thing. It should be a large village, and the same over here. Oh, it's a small village. This was actually this was the second one, not the very first. This was the second. That is ironic. How have I not gotten? Oh, I haven't upgraded them to tier 2. Why are you not upgraded? What do we need here? Clothing. Okay, I know what I need. Anyway, so I have been busy, and just as a quick disclaimer, I do not go to build everything perfect. The logic I use behind the way I designed this, notice I didn't design it, they didn't necessarily have city planners back in the olden days. So things were built where they were built. Just go with it. And that's how I ended up with this. Now I want to just speed it up a bit because it's hard to see things in the snow. I mean, what are we going to see? We're going to see white ground. We can hardly see the bloody sheep running around here. And I have a lot of sheep. I don't have the record 2100 that somebody on the internet has. That's a bit excessive. But what I do have is my lovely manor here. Now I've got manors in each one of the small towns. It's necessary, I guess. Don't know why. I don't necessarily tax people because I've got enough money. Everything is just going well. As you can see, I've got a lot of food as well. I primarily utilize the vegetable patches. So, as you can see here, all of these are huge vegetable patches. And I've gone for size simply because it states that the amount of food you get is proportional to the amount of land that they use. That being said, I've not necessarily figured out whether that holds true for apple orchards, because I've got a lot of those as well, and they are all quite large. So I've gone literally for maximizing. Again, not necessarily going for I want to make a... That was a bit laggy. What happened there? I'm not going to make something look super neat, super good, super perfect, because I feel that, number one, that's not the way I naturally play. Number two, it's not a way that these towns would have been designed, most likely. You found a plot. If it was yours, you build on it. I don't even know. How did you find a plot? Were you given something like a fiefdom or whatever? I don't know. Eh. Regardless, a few things that I have noticed is, or the things that I wish were different, specifically with regards to clay deposits. If you are going to be playing this in sandbox mode and you do mine up all the clay, guess what? They're gone. There's no more clay, there's no more pottery. Which I think could have been dealt with a bit differently. After rain, there's maybe more clay. Clay deposits develop close to water sources. That would have been a nice feature. It might be added still. We don't know. I don't know. If it's added, bravo. I would love that to be added. What else? There's no new iron deposits that seems to be found during the game, so if the iron's gone, that's gone. Same with stone. You know, the longevity of a certain map is going to go out the door quite quickly because you are going to use up all the resources. That being said, the animals and things do breed, and that's a very good thing. You also do get your farms like the ones I have here. I know they're odd shaped. Don't just go with it. They're odd shaped because that's just how I built them. I didn't go for anything stylistic with them. I just built them. There's another big field over there. There's a big field over there, and I've got a huge pasture over there. Now, what I'm also doing on this side, this is my new farming village. And why it's a farming village, I will show you here. Just look at all that green. Now, I did notice that I unfortunately built these guys here. I am going to move these houses over here where there's less fertility over time. Right now, I don't feel a need for that because I've got huge amounts of land that I can still, exploit. And, excuse me, I will be exploiting that ground. But for the near future, or for future reference, I guess, do have a look at this because it's very important that you don't try and build barley farms or emmer fertility like over there. Barley, same thing. That field's not gonna do good for your barley. People I actually have seen online complain about this specific thing. It's like, my barley yields crap. Yeah, did you see where you're building it? It varies. I mean, just look at all these lovely red areas. You're not gonna get very good yields building on there. Now I see there's smell in progress, and one thing I would love to see, well, not love to see, one thing I think would benefit the realism of this would be something akin to what we had in Stronghold, called a cesspit, where they had to get rid of, waste. The key thing there is you need to keep it close enough to your buildings, to your whatever they're called, little houses, burgage plots, to have an effect. Essentially, people are not going to walk from over here all the way down here to go and dump their waste. But, and here's the big but, you can't have it too close either. I mean, you can't have your house here and have the cesspit over here, because guess what? You are going to get a really nasty smell going on. That's just one of the things that I think could be added to this. And I see the smell, it's like, maybe that is what is coming. That would be wonderful. Fire hazard, I have no idea. That's still a work in progress. But all in all, I think for me, this is a wonderful city. I keep on saying city. It's a large town. The tools in the game is actually quite. It isn't terrible. There's one other thing I would love to see is adjusting like this burgage plot, clicking on it and being able to manipulate this little corner, drag it back in, because at the moment my people have to walk all the way from over there and come up here. These houses were built long before I had the brainwave to build things over here. So, yeah. It's not a major thing. It really isn't, but it would help the people in my, town do a bit better. Same thing over here. This one though is a bit better because I designed. I'm gonna say I designed it. I accidentally got this one done a bit better. I and it is by accident. It really is. I just want to see. Can I? No, no. Ah, come on. There we go. Now it looks like they can walk there. Very simple things like that would make it just that little bit better. I like the fact also that you can have the roads running through the trees instead of having like traditional city builder games, you have to clear the trees to get a road there. Nope, this just runs through the trees. This is one thing that does bug me though. If you have a look here, you can see. Oh crap, come on. You can see if I can click on it and have it. Ah, there we go. Oh, you can. There. You can see the line running right here of the actual plot, but the fence is running over there, and people just walk through the fence the whole time. That is annoying. I know I I said I don't design these to be eye-catching and whatever, but come on. Same thing here. Look at this. The line runs over here, but the fence is in the middle of the road. Just I really hope this gets addressed in the EA so it can be fixed. Because if you look at these all have this nice little curve. It looks absolutely beautiful. Same thing here. Got these nice curves in the road and in the fence. There's just some places that we have this issue. Now, this specific plot over here, this was my very first attempt at a vegetable farm. And I know it's an apple orchard now. This is why this is one of the bugs that I found while I was busy, exploring the game, trying to find out if I'm going to be able to play it, number one. But the thing here is, I try to make this vegetable plot. Click on the vegetable. Excuse me. That was one big sneaky yawn. That just came out of nowhere. What I wanted to say was, I clicked on the vegetable patch and immediately the game froze and died. I was like, okay, probably some random bug because I had just done other things in the city. No problem. And now I've got sort of hiccups. That is interesting. But came back into the game. It's like, maybe I shouldn't be doing this right now. Oh, yawns and hiccups. Where was I? Oh, yeah, I came back into the game. And I tried to do this again, but after I did some more things like, oh, I quickly want to fix this, and I click on it, and it bombs out again. And I'm like, I wonder which bloody thing that I changed is doing this, or is it saving issue? I was like, okay, let's do this again. Third time I do it, and only by the fourth time I reload the damn game, I realize like, it happens every time I click to make this a vegetable patch. So I'm going to made it a chicken coop initially because I didn't have the apple orchard capability back then, and it worked. And then I was like, oh, I want food from this, proper amount of food, not just 2 chicken legs. And I click on it to make an apple orchard, and it works. Like, I haven't touched it since because I don't want to reload it again. I just don't. Oh, I can upgrade these. So yeah, also important to do is upgrade your storehouses to the biggest possible. What's this? Small stable, backstation. Backstations are super important, especially when you're starting a new place. Like this one, I never touched any berries, never touched any of the wildlife. I started off with a handsome amount of money and resources, and then I got myself a pack station, and that has been shipping things to and fro when I need to from wherever. And it's been bringing in the wool, I believe, so I can get these up to tier 2, because why not? I mean, that's what it's there for. We're going to be using it. And upgrading these to tier 2 obviously makes it or gives you the capability of choosing. Oh, that's a brewery. Oh, these have already been upgraded, so these have become breweries. Um, that's generally the idea. They give you access to uh, these, blacksmith workshops, bakery extensions, breweries, tailors, whatever, which becomes important as you want to progress your towns. Is it feasible to have all towns with only tier 3 houses? I don't think so. For me personally, not with my playing style. I've got, like you can see here, I've got like 1 point. Okay, that's a lot of yarn. Hang on. I think we're bringing in way too much. But then again, we do have 10k wool and 5k yarn here, so that should be fine. Uh, I can export yarn to the other city as well. I just don't know what I'm going to bring back in. I have no idea. Maybe they can grow me some barley, but they don't have good. I'll find that out at a later date when I play this one on my own time. But point that I want to make is like I've got 5.2k flour. My bakeries or my communal ovens aren't even working. I just couldn't be arsed to do it. Why? Um, because I don't want to. Because I don't need to. We've got a lot of food. We've got 4 different kinds of food. It just doesn't make sense to waste that unless necessary. And I don't grow as much um, wheat to support this as is necessary. So I would need to import or transfer wheat from here to there. I don't know what I'm going to be sending from here to get that uh, some of that lovely wool into this place to get these houses actually upgraded. But I'll sort that out. Anyway, this was just a look in, and I see we're still in. Hang on. I do want to get us to have a look when it is actually not winter, because it looks so much better with color. Just, just a bit more eye catching. Eye catching, that's the idea. Make it look good. We don't care about anything else, it's just looking good. And it's freezing. I don't know why it is so laggy. It is just annoying. It is really, really laggy. Is this the new update thing that's doing this? It did not used to do this, because I used to just hit that and it would run, run, run. But this is amazing. If you look at this little square here, with all these people going about their things, it is just stunning. I love this game. It really is something interesting, something else. Um, I used to play Stronghold a lot, and this reminds me a lot of Stronghold. Just a bit more on the management side and a lot less on the combat side. I don't like playing with the combat on. In this, for me, this is a city simulator with dealing with brigands mostly. I just prefer it that way. But here we go. With the snow melting, you can actually see how nicely the whole thing actually comes together. It looks stunning. And for a single developer, I mean, really? That is, wow. What's the guy's name? I can't remember his name, but kudos to you, mate. Kudos to you. You've done very well. Now, what I'm going to do for the actual series that I'm going to be starting is I'm going to start with from scratch. Just everything from scratch. Start from the beginning, build a town, and see how far I can build it up with the experience that I've gained from this one. And that was not the initial idea. The initial idea was, let's find this out together. Let's see how badly I do on my own. But like I said, being an EA, it's always difficult to know when it's gonna fall apart. I stubbed my toe really hard with the FM24 save that I attempted, simply because the databases that I used were crap. I didn't want that to be the same here. I'm not going to. I see there's mods out for this. I'm not going to be using mods. It's going to be all vanilla unless one of those mods really address an issue that I can't address otherwise, like the slightly adjusting the corners. I know it seems like nothing, but I do just want to. Or do I? No, I actually don't want to. Because this is the way it would have been. You know, this part wasn't planned. This was the road. That road came later. I think that's just fine. Leave it like that. No, I'm going to do this all vanilla. The whole shebang-a-bang is going to be one big vanilla mess. So that's going to be the idea for the series. As far as I am concerned, I'm still going to carry on with this now and then because I like this town. It looks really, really cool. It's a bit patchy, bit mismatched, and that's what I like about it. It is just a... There's nothing organized about it. It's organized chaos. You got houses here, mills, church over here. This makes me feel like a old-style European settlement. That being said, if you enjoy this, if you want to see more of Manor Lords, do give us a subscribe. Leave me a comment what you think, or what you would like to see. What sort of settlements you would like to see. Let me know of a challenge you'd like me to do in this. And, hit the like button if you liked it. This is going to go definitely without any form of intro for now. And then we will see how that goes. I don't know how to make an intro for this, man. This is such an interesting game already. But I'll find a way, I guess, eventually. Maybe by episode 10 in 3 weeks' time. That being said, everybody, have a good day, and see you when the new series starts. Or see you on StarCraft, because that's what I'm going to be doing next. Oh, I hope this goes well. Chat to you in a bit.